Hi, I'm John Calarco, Holistic Health and Performance Coach. In this video, I'm going to show you how to improve your back flexibility and shoulder stability with the trunk stability rotation. Unleash your power, achieve your potential. All right, this is a stability motor control based exercise that we're gonna stack on top of doing some really good T-spine mobility, all right, and shoulder mobility. Now, I showed you how to do that in previous videos, in a previous video of how to open up your back, chest, and shoulders with the T-spine rotation and reach. So if you haven't practiced that exercise yet, or if you don't have a fundamental level of mobility through your thoracic spine and your shoulders just yet, then that's actually where you want to start. So learn this exercise and then go back and practice the T-spine rotation and reach exercise. I'll post the video link below and in the video as well so you can reference it. And then you want to do this one right after. Again, we're going to go from building that level of mobility here in the T-spine and shoulders to building this level of stability in the T-spine, in the upper and mid back, and in the shoulders, all right? So the trunk stability rotation is the exercise that we're gonna be practicing here. It's a great exercise for you to improve your posture, all right, of your thoracic spine, of your spine, and of your shoulders. We're really gonna train the stabilizers here in the scapulas, right? The shoulder blades, all right? We're gonna build those stabilizers there to be able to position our shoulder joints better and position our shoulder blades and thoracic spine in optimal positions to do strength training and really any type of training. All right, so to set up for the trunk stability rotation, what we're gonna do is lay onto our back, okay? We're gonna take a foam roller and we're gonna place it in between the thighs, okay? And then we're gonna press into that foam roller with about 25% pressure. That's gonna get the adductor muscles, our groin muscles firing a little bit, get our core firing a little bit, and start to create some stabilization there through the core and through the hips, all right, which is going to support the movement. Make sure that the knees are slightly above 90 degrees. All right, we don't want the knees to be down like this because that's going to get the low back off the ground, and we want that lower back to be pinned to the ground the entire time here. Then we're going to lengthen out the spine, all right, nice long spine position. We're going to reach the arms out as far as we can, get those hands in line with your shoulders. We're going to start with the hands facing down. Now also make sure that you're not shrugging up like this, all right, when you set up in the position. Get those shoulders down away from the ears into a nice neutral shoulder position there so the ball is in that socket, okay, in a nice neutral position. From there, to initiate the movement, we're gonna focus on an exhale, and then we're gonna rotate, all right, as the name says, trunk stability rotation. So we're gonna rotate the hips, all right, in one direction, all right, and as we do that, we're gonna open up the opposite side, that backhand now, all right, hand and shoulder. We're gonna go as far as we can keep the back of that shoulder down and keep it completely pinned to the floor. Then we're gonna switch and we're gonna rotate to the other side, okay? So exhale as you go. Press down through that shoulder and arm. Inhale as you come back to center. Okay, I'll show you a few reps. All right, keep pressing on that foam roller to keep some good core activation and core stability. That's also going to protect the lower back when we're going through this exercise, because we don't want to get excessive motion anywhere in that lower back here. We want to just get that motion through the T-spine, okay? And stabilize those shoulders. So I'll show you one more each side. Okay, again, don't let that shoulder come up like this at all. Keep that shoulder pressing down to really stabilize through those muscles that stabilize the scapula, the rhomboids, the lower traps. Okay, we're gonna press down. Again, don't let that happen. And we're gonna come back to the center position. Now, if that variation is a little bit easy for you, then what we're gonna do is we're actually going to straighten the legs. Okay, so if you can do 15 reps, going each direction with the knees bent, then we're gonna take those legs straight, we're gonna squeeze, okay, and same thing, arms down, we're gonna rotate. All right, this is a lot harder. Our legs are a lot heavier. We're gonna have to really press down, all right, and really stabilize through those shoulder blades. And at the same time, again, we're opening up the mobility in our upper back. All right, T-spine, I'll show you one more on each side. All right, we're really opening up our chest. You may feel a stretch. You will feel a stretch on the front side of the shoulder and chest as well as you go through this. Okay, remember, exhale, press that shoulder down. Don't let it come up. Keep squeezing on that roller. All right, and that's how we would perform the trunk stability rotation in a more advanced position with the legs straight. All right, so again, The things that we want to avoid there, the things that we don't want to do are losing our pressure on the roller, okay? So make sure you keep that pressing the whole time. We don't want to rotate, and if that roller falls, you know you lost your pressure. All right, again, we want to keep that core stable, keep the adductors engaged. That's going to give us a good foundation of stability in our core as we do this. All right, and then again, the biggest piece here is just to make sure that those shoulders don't shrug up towards the ears, that we're keeping them down in a neutral position, ball in socket in a neutral position, and we're not allowing that shoulder to come up like this, okay? We got to keep that shoulder pressed down. That's the whole purpose of the exercise here. All right, again, you're going to feel some core work here. You're going to feel your upper back muscles, specifically inside those shoulder blades and on the back side of the shoulders, really working to keep you down. All right, and you're going to feel some work in the hips as well as you're pressing together and keeping this hip flex position. But it's really important to keep those hips up. So again, the lower back doesn't come off the ground. That's going to put excess stress on our back that we definitely don't want in that exercise. All right, so that's how we perform the trunk stability rotation, where we should feel the exercise and the mistakes that we want to avoid. Now, how many sets and reps do we need to do on this? Like most stabilization exercises where we're training the stabilizers of the body, they need more repetition than the big prime movers of the body when we're giving them a stimulus. So we want to do around, 10 to 15, 12 reps as we go through, right? So I think anywhere between 10 and 15 reps is the right range. If you can do 2 to 3 sets of 15 reps on an exercise like this and perform it with perfect technique, that's how you know you've built a good level of function and endurance in the stabilizing muscles. All right, so that's the sets and reps, how we would do this. Now, again, as I mentioned earlier, the best time to do this would be right after you do some thoracic spine, chest, and shoulder mobility, okay? Because again, this is gonna allow you to take that new range of motion that you achieve doing mobility and start to stack stability and control, movement control on top of that new range of motion that you opened up from opening up your T-spine, okay, and doing, mobility exercises. Again, I'll link the one that I recommend for you in the description below so you can go watch that after this. All right, then another great time to do this one is if you just throughout the day, maybe you're sitting for a long period of time, you feel locked up, feel like your posture's a little bit excessively rounded. This is a great one to improve your posture. It's a great one to do, just any time throughout the day where you want to open up that body. Just again, we want to have some fundamental mobility before we start, doing this exercise. Another time, a little bonus tip I'll throw in here for you that I love to do this exercise is between sets of pressing, right? You're doing bench press and things like laying on a bench where you're pressing, heavy dumbbells or a barbell. This is a great way to get those stabilizers of the shoulder blades firing up so we can lock in that position when we press. So a little bonus tip for you there. It's one of my favorite exercises to throw in to complement, those heavy pressing exercises that we do in the gym. All right, so I hope that was helpful for you. If this was helpful for you, drop a like on the video, drop me a comment, let me know if you have any questions related to the exercise or anything related to stabilizing through your shoulder blades, your chest, and optimizing your posture there. And this is really one of the exercises, as you can tell, within a series of exercises where we go from building the mobility to then the stability and then the strength through the upper body, right? Through the shoulders specifically and the thoracic spine. So this is gonna lay a great foundation to the pulling exercises that you do and even the pressing exercises that you do. So make sure you hit the subscribe button, hit the notification bell so you can stay tuned as I release those new videos in this series. Until then, unleash your power, achieve your potential.